We have 5 new colors launching from DIY Paint, my absolute favorite paint from Debbie's Design Diary. I found this dress at a thrift store for $12. And with the holidays coming up, why not transform this simple white satin dress to something completely elevated using all of the new colors? So I went ahead and hung this white satin dress on my mannequin and just really took a good look at the style of the dress, the way that the fabric drapes along the hips, and with it being a one shoulder, I just grabbed my sketching pad and some of my soft pastels and just decided to kind of play around with similar colors. There are 5 new colors, and my challenge was, can I really incorporate all 5 of the new colors into this dress design? Spoiler alert, I used 4. Not all 5, but I did use 4. I'm so excited for you to watch this process with me. I know that everyone has a piece of formal wear in their back closet, maybe in a coat closet somewhere or at another family member's house. Listen, why not get it out? Use our clay-based paint because it works like a dye. So I'm treating this dress like a watercolor painting. I'm using the new colors. Look at this wonderful green and this chartreuse. I'm watering them down in the type of consistency where I can start it very thin and I can build my layers up if I choose to, just like you do in a watercolor, any type of painting. I'm spraying the fabric with my Water Girl and letting the water soak into the satin. Something else I want you to note, after painting many of dresses, the satin fabric works really well for this style. So I'm using my dusty brush and using the green and the chartreuse. I'm starting with my first layer. I want something that looks like a vine, something very similar to how I designed on my sketching pad. And I really don't have more of a plan other than to just get in there and start going. The idea is to take a $12 dress, add some paint, create my style, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a designer. I feel like this is something that anyone could wear to a holiday party or really any time throughout the year and feel very pretty. And the only thing it cost me was a little bit of paint and some water, and I used all the tools that I already had. Hello, walk on water. And this beautiful pink color is Flirtatious. So I'm doing the exact same thing, and this walk on water I probably should have done first. I realized as I started to paint on the dress that I would have preferred this to have a background of blue and then put the green on top of it. So at this time, I'm starting to kind of work through the process of layering the colors. So I wanted to make sure there was plenty of blue. Look at that delicious turquoise. Oh, and then when it's mixed with the chartreuse, are you seeing what I'm seeing? The pink is going to be the perfect complement. So my recommendation is any of your home decor, anything that needs a little upcycling, I just want to test and tell you, look at how all of these colors work so well together. They support one another, but of course they're going to be able to stand alone. So what I'm doing now is I'm coming in with a second layer of green and chartreuse now that I've laid down the blue. Because again, I realized the blue should have come first, but I'm working a little bit backwards. I'm learning, even though this is probably number 25 in my dress designs, I started adding some of this Flirtatious in an abstract floral. And I'm starting to question, can I actually put purple in here? I probably could have. But I'm doing this also the same way. I'm working with the design of the dress. So in creating a pattern almost, letting the drape of the skirt and the flow across the right shoulder. Once I finished the front, it was time for the back. So I'm basically repeating the process, and as you can see here, I had already forgotten that I told myself to start with the blue. So here I am with our beautiful green. This green is called Eden, and our Chartreuse is called Electrified. It is vibrant and it is bold. Now, one thing I also want you to notice is that although I've watered down these colors, the intensity of the pigment is not diluted. Now you're starting to kind of see how the water is leaving lines like it does on a water paper artwork. This is the point where my heart starts beating a little faster. I start imagining what it's going to look on a model, and I start thinking, okay, it's almost done. It's almost time for the big reveal. Don't be scared to paint on a formal gown. You can practice for something very inexpensive. You can find $10, $15, $20 dresses. But listen, instead of buying new, consider what it would look like if you were the designer. The last thing I wanted to do was, again, test myself as the designer. So we're going full circle here. I'm actually going to use one of the photographs I took of the beautiful Madison here in the dress. And I'm just practicing my own fashion illustrations. Sketching is difficult for me. I love to watercolor as I'm learning. But I think one style of art has influenced the other. My watercolors have influenced my dress painting, and my dress painting has influenced my watercolors. Sketching, well, I'm still learning, but aren't we all?